What makes you insecure? Why? When someone is watching me do something. I'm afraid to choose the music when there are other people around. I always feel like people will judge me on my musical choices. Pretty much everything. My memory seems to be very unreliable for the last few years, and I have an awful lot of brain fog. I have to keep loads of notes and alarms in order to function. I'm also increasingly depressed and neurotic, which cancels out any remaining charm my personality used to have. It's humiliating, and I'm very insecure about it. And it's getting worse. I can't hear well. I have an impossible time distinguishing what one person is saying from surrounding sounds. I'm not deaf. I'm just hard of hearing in a way that means asking people to repeat themselves to the point of them being exasperated with me. Pretty humiliating. I'm also injured in a way that interferes with my gait. I can't walk anywhere without feeling mortified by how I look. Plus I'm poor, short, bald, etc. Meanwhile, my wife and my girlfriend are perfect 10s, in my view, at least, and I'm pretty insecure about losing those relationships as I continue to physically and mentally fray. It's bleak. There's just *SOMUCH asterisk, you know? Edit. Asterisk I appreciate all the advice, awards, and kind comments. I'll look into as much of it as I can. Asterisk. Pictures of me. I don't like how I look. I never take selfies. Never posted a picture of myself on social media. Hate getting my pictures taken. I always avoid group photos. Despite the countless number of applications/virtual interviews I've been on, I've been unemployed since the start of quarantine. I feel like I should have accomplished more at my age. Whenever I realize that the perception I have of myself is very different than the way people actually see me, it makes me feel like a very different person. Less than perfect teeth 2020 masks are a positive thing for me. I don't think I ever truly loved anyone. I'm 31 now. My family thinks I should get married soon. I don't even know how that's going to happen. Being 27 years old and never having a girlfriend. Edit. Thanks everyone for all the feedback. Really appreciate it. Made me feel better. My height, I'm a 5'2" man. Making phone calls. I know I'm bad at explaining things. It's something I'm working on. But when talking on the phone, I can't see your face to see if you are understanding what I'm saying. I don't have any visual cues for if you agree or disagree with what I'm saying. I find it very stressful. That I don't have a drive to be the best. I'm always content wherever I am. I often wonder where my life would be if I put in 100% in every area in life. Probably a lot farther than I'm now. I always feel like I'm winging it. I never feel like I'm good at something and constantly fear someone will notice. Edit. As strangers getting positive feedback feels. Thank you for the awards, kind strangers. Looks, weight, smarts, lack of skills, social abilities, athleticism, and basically everything except being good at trumpet. More I'll learn more. I'm aware I don't actually know. My mom comparing me with other people point, since I feel like I'm not good enough for her. I'm not a very interesting person, like I'm just average at everything, no natural talents, no funny stories to tell, no particular personality really. My weight, just cause I feel unhealthy and gross and hate the way it looks. But I'm trying my best to fix that. Already lost 20 pounds. D. I don't have any insecurities, so don't bring it up again, okay? My stammer, I hate when I know something, when I have an answer ready, or I'm trying to say something, and I physically just can't get it out. People assume that I'm unprepared or dumb and try to finish my sentences. My teeth. They fugly. My dad yelling at me. I'm 40. How much time you got? My boyfriend will leave me cause I can't have children. I'm 32 and he is 27. We have discussed it in big detail and he says he is perfectly fine never being a dad, but I still worry. my now ex-husband, and I divorced because after he turned 30 he suddenly want children. Edit. Thank you all for the comments and the award. I didn't think this would get that much attention. A little more detail. I'm child-free by choice. I had my tubes tied in my 20s, and ex knew that the whole 10 years we were together. I never hid it from him, and he always assured me he was on board with it, but he turned 30 was starting to hint at it, but I told him it won't ever happen, because I have no desire to be a mother. My boyfriend knows about my insecurity, and understands my fear, and I love him so much for it. We'll have to see what the future has for us. Also to the ending my bloodline comment. I have 4 other siblings who have children. I think the bloodline will be okay. My frog-like neck. It makes me feel fatter than I already am. My weight in general, and I just struggle with controlling my appetite and such, so it's really on me. Being alone at the age of 29 with no real social life to speak of. Being a virgin, I know it shouldn't but it does. My nose. It's the biggest nose I've ever seen on anyone. I've seen hundreds of thousands of people in my life in real life, and in video or photos, and I've never seen anyone with a bigger nose than me. Some people have noses that are as big but not bigger. It's also greasy, and filled with disgusting blackheads in every single pore. It's been this way since I was in the 7th grade. I'm a 30-year-old male virgin. I quite possibly have the most disgusting nose on earth. No, this isn't a joke either. I'm severely depressed and border on being suicidal from month to month. I'm an introvert because when I'm talking to people I feel like I'm annoying them. My glasses, I've never liked how I look with them, but also never wanted to deal with contacts, and have heard some bad stories about LASIK surgery that make me uneasy. So I deal with the glasses, but have never been happy about it. Big life changes. When I started high school I almost had a breakdown. I don't know why, but I was extremely anxious about moving on. Of course, turns out I worried for no reason. But I'm afraid how I'll react when one day I have to go away for college. The fact that my people always end up leaving. Drifting apart, doing their own thing, forget to text or call back until it's been months since we've seen each other, choosing a new life and not wanting me in it. Breakups. I never wanted to be with you. I'm just insignificant. And every time I form a new friendship or relationship I'm always aware in the back of my mind that they'll leave too, sooner or later. When someone I don't know well asks me for my unvarnished, honest opinion on something, not knowing how they'll likely react and how far to go makes me feel uncomfortable responding. My intelligence. I love reading, and I'm pretty competent in liberal arts, history, literature, politics, journalism, etc., but I have the math intelligence of a 5th grader. In undergrad I would go to my car and actually cry after my algebra class, or after sessions with my tutor, because I couldn't comprehend any of the concepts. Somehow I passed with a D. Secondly, I'm 33, I'm strange and eccentric, and have accomplished nothing of significance in my life. Lastly, I feel like I'm handsome enough, but I have been totally incompatible with all but 2 women I've dated. This actually felt good to put out there. Thanks for the question. I feel like I should have had a relationship by now. I hate that I'm losing my hair before 30. Baldness does not agree with me. The idea that maybe I'm headed in the wrong direction in my life right now, and don't even know it. My thighs. I have hip dips, and no ass, so when I wear jeans they always pudge out in an unattractive way, and I can't wear shoes or legging cause they look really fat and pudgy. Social situations. Because autism.